No one tells you what 80 really feels like. They talk about retirement, grandchildren, and wisdom, but they rarely speak about the quiet moments when an 80-year-old man sits alone, aware that his body, his world, and even how people look at him have changed forever. This isn't a story meant to frighten you, it's meant to tell the truth. Because truth, even when harsh, is the foundation of dignity. Today on Still Becoming, we're exploring the real, often unspoken realities of being an 80-year-old man. Not from statistics alone, but from lived experience, observation, and the quiet honesty that only time can teach. One of the first realities is that strength leaves more quietly than pride. An 80-year-old man often remembers what his body could do long after it no longer can. The mind says yes, but the legs hesitate. Lifting groceries, standing from a chair, walking a little too fast. These moments become negotiations rather than instincts. This gap between memory and reality can be emotionally painful because strength was once tied to identity, protection, and purpose. Another reality is invisibility. Society listens less. Conversations move faster. Younger people speak over him or around him, assuming confusion where there's only patience. Many elderly men don't feel respected. They feel tolerated. This quiet dismissal can cut deeper than physical pain, because being seen has always been part of feeling alive. Health becomes a daily calculation. Medications have schedules. Appointments fill calendars. Pain doesn't announce itself dramatically. It settles in as background noise. Knees ache, backs stiffen, sleep becomes lighter and more fragile. Even good days are measured, not taken for granted. The body demands attention, whether one wants to give it or not. Before we go further, if this honest exploration of aging speaks to you or reminds you of someone you love, take a moment right now to like this video and subscribe to Still Becoming. This channel exists to tell the truths others avoid with respect and clarity. Another harsh reality is loneliness. Even when surrounded by people, friends pass away, circles shrink, phone calls slow down. An 80-year-old man may be in a room full of family and still feel alone because shared history disappears as peers fade. Loneliness isn't always about isolation. It's about missing someone who remembers who you used to be. Time itself feels different. Days move slowly, but years vanish. An 80-year-old man looks back and realizes life feels shorter behind him than it had once felt. This awareness sharpens memories, regrets, and reflections. Some moments feel unfinished. Some words were never spoken. The past becomes louder when the future grows quieter. Fear changes shape. It's no longer about failure or ambition. It becomes fear of falling, fear of being a burden, fear of losing independence. Many elderly men hide these fears behind silence because they were raised to endure, not confess. Another reality is dependence. Even the most self-reliant man eventually needs help. This can feel humiliating at first. Asking for assistance with transportation, technology, or health challenges forces a redefinition of pride. Learning to accept help gracefully becomes one of the hardest emotional lessons of advanced age. If you're finding value in this reflection and believe these conversations matter, pause here to like this video and subscribe to Still Becoming. It helps ensure these stories continue reaching those who need them. Memory becomes selective. Some details vanish while others remain painfully vivid. Childhood scenes, old loves, and long-lost voices return unexpectedly. Forgetting isn't always frightening, but it can be frustrating, especially when others mistake it for a lack of intelligence rather than a natural shift in how the brain prioritizes information. Another harsh reality is how the world keeps changing without waiting. Technology accelerates, language evolves, customs shift. An 80-year-old man often feels like a guest in a world he helped build but no longer fully recognizes. Learning becomes optional, but adapting becomes necessary. Legacy begins to matter more than achievement. At 80, the question isn't what will I become, but what will remain of me. Men reflect on how they treated others, what values they passed on, and whether they lived according to their own truth. Success is no longer measured in money or status, but in relationships and character. The final reality is acceptance. Somewhere around 80, many men reach a quiet understanding. Life was imperfect, but it was theirs. The rush fades. Small pleasures matter more. A warm morning, a familiar song, a kind conversation. Aging strips away illusions, but it can also reveal clarity. This stage isn't just about loss. It's about meaning refined by time. Being an 80-year-old man is not easy. It's honest, it's raw, and it deserves respect.